Hello there and good morning to everybody. Today we're taking a look at 1 Chronicles number 24. And we see how the divisions of the priests have been divided up and stuff like that. The two families split up and all these sort of things. And we see here in this chapter a phrase that is used in other places in the Bible. And I want to... I wanted to know more about it, so I did a little research, and I'm going to pass it on to you. The phrase is casting lots. You can see in verse 31, it says, they also cast lots, just as their brothers, the sons of Aaron, did. What? And I wanted to have a better understanding of what is casting lots. Casting lots was a way to determine a decision. It was a way to come up with a decision. And it was a way that it was unbiased. There was no political bias. There was no religious bias. There was no any bias of sorts. It was just a way to make an important decision. And, you know, they use this. We see this a few different places in the Bible, and they use this. You know, it would be an equivalent to our day, no different than, say, flipping a coin. Tails it is. No different than that is what they would use to make decisions. And so I did a little more research on it and looked to see, you know, what God thought of this practice. You know, it's in His Word. What did He really think of this practice? So my studies brought me to Proverbs 16, verse 33. It says, "The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord." So we see that, you know, we are taking this as chance. Tails it is again. We're taking this as chance, but the Bible is telling us that the decision comes from God. All right, so let's go over. Let's turn right on the page to Proverbs 18, verse 18. It says, "Casting lots causes contentions to cease and keeps the mighty apart." You know, this is a great way for settling arguments and stuff like that. It's a great way for making decisions is what they use. Now, I want to put this little disclaimer in there that there is no substitute for getting in the presence of God and hearing the voice of God in decision making. There is no substitute. I want to make sure everybody understands that. I am not telling you to stop going after God and start flipping coins or throwing dice. No. There is absolutely no substitute for getting to God and hearing His voice. There's no substitute. You can't substitute that for anything. But what do you do when you can't hear His voice or He's silent? And this is what they did. This is what they did. And you know what? I even found a New Testament a New Testament example of when they did this. And this example is a pretty mighty example too. We're picking it up in Acts, and you know, it is the Acts of the Apostles, the Acts of the Holy Spirit. And Acts chapter 1, verses 26 says, this is after Judas Iscariot has killed himself. It says, and they cast their lots, meaning the other apostles, and the lot fell on Matthias, and he was numbered with the 11 apostles. Do you understand that the replacement for Judas Iscariot was chosen by something like tails it is, flip of the coin? So it's a biblical practice. The Bible teaches us that God is still in control. God is in control of the outcome. But just remember, nothing can take the place of hearing the voice of the Lord for yourself. Nothing can take that place. When it comes to moments where you can't hear His voice, or you're not sure, give a flip. Tails again. Have a super day, guys. I love you all.